All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj and to all of the devotees present here. This is Ekaradika Lila Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna, Ekaradika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so Shrimita Mataji, go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for your association this morning. And thank you for all your services. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. And all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjri Leela Devi Dasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjri Leela Devi Dasi. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Shamaguri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Krishna, Shamaguri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for your association and thank you for all your services, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to assembled devotee. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining. Hare Krishna. I think Prabhuji.
Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj's. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devi Dasi from Rani. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Kumari Devidasi, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining this morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramia from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and thank you for all your services. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, to you also for all your services. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. I think Prabhuji has joined us, so let us move to our other session. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Keshavanand Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. We are very fortunate to have you this morning. But before we move to our Bhagavatam class, I would like to, Anita.
Should we do the introduction?
Yeah, I would like Anita Mataji to give a brief introduction for Prabhuji. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So, welcome dear devotees to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. So, today our session will be given by His Grace Keshavanand Prabhuji. So, here's a brief introduction about Prabhuji. So, Dr. Keshavanand Prabhuji, His Grace Keshavanand Prabhuji was a professional doctor for many years and he is now a practicing monk. Since the last 20 years, he has conducted extensive research and authored books in the field of science and spirituality. He feels the rift between science and spirituality must disappear to bring peace in the world. If spirituality is a superstition and a myth, science is materialistic and atheistic. A new approach to life is needed today that can bring the best of both. Science must re-embrace spirituality and be humble to admit its defects, flaws, and ignorance. And spirituality must base itself on sound, scientific, and rational ideas. Keshavanand Prabhuji has studied both Vedic and Western philosophy. Besides learning Sanskrit, he also learned Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, and Kannada to know about other traditions. His persistent endeavor in the field of science and spirituality has enabled him to come up with seminars on diverse topics like Science and the Vedas, Mind and Missions, Science Fails to Explain Life, consciousness, and beyond, etc., that he has presented in various colleges in India, Europe, and America. Under the guidance of his spiritual master, His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he has also started a Gurukul, a traditional system of Vedic education in Punjab, India, where children learn these ancient Vedic culture and values. Besides, he has started a farm community. The community has a traditional way of living with mud huts and thatch roofs, with cows, and of course, farming. The communities will set a model for the world to show how to live a life based on the principle of simple living and high thinking. Hare Krishna, Dr. Keshavanand. Sorry, His Grace Keshavanand Prabhuji. Please welcome to the call. And I can see that you know Gujarati, Marathi, Kannada, and with this, I request you to learn even Tamil and Telugu also for us. It will be beneficial. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Today you will be enlightening us on Srimad Bhagavatam class, Canto 7, Chapter 12 and verse 9. Over to you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay.
Should we read the verse, Prabhuji?
Yes, please read the verse. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Yeah.
Mataji, okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ये तो हो ही है प्रभु।
Om
ट्रैफिक में तो बहुत चुके होते हैं ना।
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 12, Text 9. Nanvagni Pramadanama Ghrita Kumbha Samah Puman Sutam Apiraho Jahyad Anyada Yavad Arthakrit. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Woman is compared to fire and man is compared to a butter pot. Therefore, a man should avoid associating even with his own daughter in a secluded place. Similarly, he should also avoid associating with other women. One should associate with women only for important business and not otherwise. Purport: if a butter pot and fire are kept together, the butter within the pot will certainly melt. Woman is compared to fire and man is compared to a butter pot. However advanced one may be in restraining the senses, it is almost impossible for a man to keep himself controlled in the presence of a woman, even if she is his own daughter, mother, or sister. Indeed, his mind is agitated, even if one is in the renounced order of life. Therefore, Vedic civilization carefully restricts mingling between men and women. If one cannot understand the basic principle of restraining association between man and woman, he is to be considered an animal. That is the purport of this verse. Hare Krishna.
Can you show the verse, please? Okay, so the verse is Nanu Agni Pramada Nama Grita Kumbha Samapaman Sutam Api Raho Jayad Anneda Yavad Arthakrit. The idea is, I'll just speak on this. I'll just offer my obeisances. Om Jnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shunyavadi Paischadesh. So yeah, so this verse, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This verse is talking about, it's a famous verse. Srila Prabhupada always used to comment on this, and he used to basically basically this verse he used to comment for Varnashram, in the context of Varnashram, and in the context of living in city centers. At the time of Prabhupada, in the city centers, males and females were living together, especially Westerners, especially in LA, New York, when Srila Prabhupada started the movement. At that time, they were all staying together. So Prabhupada used to often mention this verse. So what this verse says? This verse says, Nanu Agni. Now, yeah, I think you have to show the verse now. So this verse says, Nanu Agni. Agni means fire. Here, Agni refers to the woman. Fire is compared to woman. Why woman is compared to fire? Because woman has fire energy in her. So just like we say Prakriti and Purush, so Prakriti is always fiery, and that's why you see even in science when they say how the creation was created, Big Bang. Big Bang means fire. So always Prakriti is always compared to fire. Of course, Lord Vishnu is also compared to fire in Rig Veda, but that is in specifically in Agni Sukta and in Agni Sukta of the Rig Veda, which is the first Sukta, where it's considered where Vishnu is compared to fire. But in general, if you see scriptures, fire is Prakriti, Kundalini Shakti, which is again fire. So that is why here comparison of woman is given to fire. It's not just by chance. It is a Vedic and Upanishadic concept that fire is compared to woman. Now, the word uses pramada. Pramada means madness. So, woman, the word used here is pramada, madness. Why? Because woman can bewilder man very easily by her beauty, and not just by her beauty of the body, but also by her qualities of shyness, of tolerance. All these qualities were there. So in the Vedic age, women were highly advanced, and they had a lot of character and qualities, especially in relation to this age, the present times. So they also used to bewilder the mind of the males by their qualities, by their good qualities, by the way. So good qualities are not always good, and bad qualities are not always bad, because the use of good qualities and the use of bad qualities make them good and bad. If you use bad qualities for a good cause, that's good. Just like Arjuna used violence, which is bad, for a good cause, for establishing dharma. So that's good. And sometimes you can use good things for a bad cause. Like for example, this Durvasa Rishi. He used his siddhis, his tapas, which was good, for a bad cause, for actually harassing Ambarish, at least in the past time, at least externally. So that is why here it is said that the woman can bewilder. Pramadam is mad. Woman can make a man mad by her bodily beauty and by her qualities, the beauty of her quality, the beauty of her character. She can capture the mind of the male. So by her service attitude, woman has service attitude. So by her service attitude, she can easily capture the mind of the male. In fact, Srila Prabhupada, I think Srila Prabhupada was there in LA or somewhere. This what happened was there was one one maid. I think it was in India somewhere. Yeah. There was a maid who used to come and clean his room. So he said, "You see, this maid." So she was very shy, because in India, like, people are shy at that time. So she was very shy. So they said. So they said that, okay, fine. Prabhupada said, see, this is the quality of a female, shyness, which is actually missing in this age. Shyness. So she used to keep ghungat. Ghungat means, you so like you cover the face. Prabhupada said, yeah, this is a quality of a female. And Prabhupada says, this is the most powerful weapon of a female. Shyness. By this quality of shyness and service attitude, along with that, she can capture any male. So it is not the bodily beauty only. Of course, bodily beauty can be built to the mind of any man. Big rishis, Vishwamitra, and all these, they were completely captured by the beauty of a female. In fact, Krishna says, "My, uh, my, the personification of my illusory energy is female, is woman." So, uh, so Krishna has given her, the woman, a bodily beauty and other good qualities, so that she can maintain family ties. She can maintain family. She can actually, uh, the husband can stay with a female for his whole life. Why? Because of beauty, because of a mentality, of course, because of kids. The husband stay with the wife. Otherwise, if the wife is not beautiful, if she is not good character, then there can be divorces, and there are there are other causes of divorces, but this is one of the causes. So, yeah. So can you show the verse now? So Nanu Agni Pramada. This is how the verse goes. Nanu Agni Pramada. Yeah. Yes. Nanu Agni Pramada. Woman who bewilders the mind of man. Nam. Dhrita Kumbha. Samha Puman. And Puman means female. Male. Puman means male. Parma Pumanayo. You see that verse? Swara Parma Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Nadiratir Bhogali Sarva Karna Karna. So Puman means male. Actually, there's a analogy is compared to butterbot. I explained why female is compared to fire. I explained that. Why male is compared to butterbot? Because if you keep butterbot near fire, the butter will melt. And away from fire, the butter is solid, especially in winters. So that is why if a man associates with woman, he is bound to get attracted. He's bound to get attracted. There is no other way. There is no other way that he can control himself. In fact, but there are exceptions. Arjuna, he went to heavenly planets, and he and Urvashi proposed him, by the way. And Urvashi is one of the most beautiful apsara of heaven, and 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 the entire universe gets attracted to Urvashi, but she got attracted to Arjun. That means how much beautiful Arjun should have been, how much handsome he would have been. And she proposed, and Arjun denied, because she said, see, you associated with my grandfather, Yayati Maharaj. I know the history. You were his wife for some time. So I consider you as my mother. And Urvashi said, come on, we are apsaras. We associate with so many males. So this doesn't prove anything that I am your grandmother like that. And especially we apsaras never get old. If you consider me as grandmother, then I should have become old by now, but we are still young. So your logic is stupid. But Arjuna said, no, no, it is out of my maryada. See, mother, I've read about you in the history of my dynasty. You, mother, something like that. So, uh, controlled. That is why one of his name is Sabyasachi. Sabyasachi, or yeah, not Sabyasachi, who can control his Isha means controller, Buddha means sleep. Who can control his sleep? Sleep means illusion. That means his lust. He can control his lust. So he didn't get attracted to the female, to Urvashi, to the beauty of a female. So there are some exceptions like that. There are some exceptions like that. People are not some who are who are completely controlled, like Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, when he was so Haridas Thakur, we know the incidents of this prostitute, this Laksha Hira who came to seduce him. He didn't get attracted, and in fact, when so most of you might not be knowing, when Haridas Thakur was going to Odisha to visit Sakshi Gopal, in between so there was a place. The name of the place is I'm just missing the name. Yeah. So there was a temple on the bank of Vaitrani. So there's a river Vaitrani, I think 50 kilometers before Sakshi Gopal, something like that. So on the bank, there's a temple, and he stayed there. And in the night, so many damsels came to pay him obeisances, but he didn't get attracted. That's a big achievement, isn't it? Because nobody can claim that they can't get attracted to uh, to apsaras, to damsels. Damsels. So apsaras are so beautiful, so beautiful that even uh, what so Chandogya Upanishad says apsaras are so beautiful that if a human sees a damsel, an apsara, he will get a, a jolt of 11,000 volts, something like that. Electric jolt. the 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 power you experience if you touch a wire which is passing 11,000 volts, the same power, this attraction will actually arise in your body. That is the beauty of damsels. So Haridas Thakur controlled himself. So like that, there are so many examples of Rishi Munis who were completely self-controlled. Buddha, when Siddhartha went to attain enlightenment and he became Buddha, um, so just before he achieved his enlightenment, Mara means the god of uh, attraction, Kamdev in our yeah uh, so Kamdev in our Hindu scriptures, he brought with himself he brought with himself so many damsels with him to actually seduce Buddha, but he didn't get seduced. He didn't get seduced. He controlled himself, and it was a big fight between him and Mara lost. So you see the point. So although this verse says, yeah, actually I need the verse. Although um, this verse says that a man who is like a butter pot, who gets attracted to a female who is like fire, that is general. That is for all of us. All of us. I mean to say all of us, including sadhakas and all of us. Nobody is exempt from this attraction. Even great yogis, they also lose their attraction. Sorry. So they also lose their control on themselves. Even great yogis and great demigods also, even Brahma, for example, or even Lord eh, Brahma, and even Lord Shiva also. I mean to say, so Lord Shiva was attracted to Mohini. Of course, Mohini was incarnation of Lord Shiva, but nevertheless, incarnation Lord Vishnu, and but nevertheless, Lord Vishnu came in the form of a female. He was attracted by the beauty of a female, although that was Vishnu himself. So, so Lord Shiva didn't actually regret that I was attracted to Mohini, because he said, "Well, this is Vishnu, so I don't mind attracted to Lord Vishnu." But externally, the public got this message. Well, even Lord Shiva can be bewildered by the beauty of a female, not ordinary female. Vishnu has to take the form of a female to bewilder him, but nevertheless, he bewildered him by the beauty of a female, Mohini avatar. So even great demigods can get bewildered. This is the power of woman, and Krishna has given this power to actually um, to actually run this creation. Otherwise, how this creation will happen? Males marry female because of beauty of the female, and that's the first criteria. And the process goes on, and the creation goes on. You don't. So Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna made this process very simple by making this simple get attracted to female, female to male. So it reduces a lot of headache for Lord Vishnu, because then he doesn't have to make matches for every living entity. Like so if this attraction was not there, then he would have to order every living entity. So you have to be with and this and that, and then everything finished. Such a beautiful arrangement. And this attraction is not just in humans, not just about humans. Even in animals, in all species, this is the rule of species. Darwin, he said, the basis of evolution is sex, is union between male and female, except asexual reproduction, which happens in extremely lower life forms like bacteria, etc. But this is what happens. So uh, so that's what is happening. Nanu Agni Pramadana Amrita Kumbha Samapuman. So why this is being told to us? But anyway, so next line. Sutamapi raho jayad anyada yavad krit. So the advice is Sutamapi. Even Suta means daughter. Even if you are alone with your daughter, that can be dangerous. Don't sit alone, even with your daughter, in a secluded place. This is the advice given. Don't sit with your daughter, even in a secluded place. What a beautiful advice, because, of course, I mean to say, of course, I mean to say, in India, this doesn't happen. In India, relationships are very strong. So in India, relationships are very strong, and the relationships are very different from the West. But at the same time, um, anything can happen, because this is not the instruction just for this age. Even in so even in Vedic ages, this used to happen. Sorry. So even in Vedic ages, there were many rishis who were attracted to their daughter, and things used to happen. Accidents used to happen. It's not nothing new. I mean, it's a Brahma got attracted to his daughter, isn't it? So that is why this is advice. Sutamapi rahu jayad anyadayavadarthakrit. Don't sit with your daughter, even in a secluded place. This is advised. So having said that, the question is why this is said. Why such a no? So can you just hold on just for a minute? Yeah, sorry. Hare Krishna. Uh, yes, why such an instruction is given? That's the question. But this concept is there. A male should not associate with a female. Why is that? Because Prabhupada explained this is the basis of spiritual basis than female. The association of male and female, the connection was lost. So yeah, so so this was the basis of any spiritual society. Was this knowledge sex? He understood that the four pillars, and Srimad Bhagavatam begins like that. The four pillars of religion, the four pillars of religion, they actually break if if uh, if these four regulative principles are not followed. Satya, Daya, Dharma, Saucham. These are four principles of religion, and if you do illicit sex, and if you break this principle, then Saucham, that principle of religion breaks. So like that. So so that is why this advice is given to us, that avoid mixing of males and females. And in fact, I mean to say, even women from the females. In India, this happens automatically. In the West, it is it doesn't happen automatically. That's what the West is. There is free mixing, and people don't really appreciate separation of males and females, and that is why the spiritual societies in the West, New Age spirituality, they don't focus on this injunction, because they say, well, everybody's equal, there's free mixing. But any spiritual organization has and must focus on this instruction at any cost, because without this, there will be fall downs, there'll be distractions. If not fall downs, but there'll be distractions, and with distractions, there'll be no attraction to Lord Krishna. We will not be able to focus properly. That's the whole point. Male female attraction is not bad, by the way. That is made by Krishna. Dharma viruddhasmi. Krishna says, I am lust if it is not opposed to religious principles. But at the same, this is made by Krishna to run the creation. But but uh, but at the same time, mm, so but at the same time, uh, this can be dangerous if it is unregulated. That's the whole point. The principle is there, but the regulation and unregulation of the principle that matters. If this principle is not regulated, then there can be chaos, especially in spiritual organizations, especially in spiritual line. So that is why this instruction is there. So that is why Prabhupada says, Prabhupada comments, one should associate with women whatever is required. Don't associate unnecessarily. We have to now another aspect of this verse is um, that 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 this male and female, male gets attracted to female, male gets bewildered in the presence of a female. Prabhupada introduced a principle. I mean to say, you have to associate with females, isn't it? Association means you have to. In an organization, there are females and males. Like in Calcutta, this Srila Prabhupada made his Westerners, Matajis and Prabhujis, they were staying together in the same temple. So, so Mataji was staying on the first floor. So if anyone has gone to Calcutta temple, they can like on the first floor, and then Prabhuji was staying down, and so and there was mixing with Prabhujis and Matajis. So 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 they wrote a letter to Srila Prabhupada that Prabhupada, this is what is happening, and this and that, and this and that. Srila Prabhupada said, Srila Prabhupada said, well, if you're not controlled, if you cannot control yourself, then better go to jungle. Don't stay in temple. He didn't write a letter to separate males and females, to actually make a separate ashram from females, because at that time facility was not there. Even from LA, they wrote a letter. Prabhupada, this Mataji is staying and Brahmachari is staying there in the same ashram. This is problem. Prabhupada said, no, this is not a problem. Problem is you're not controlled. Prabhupada made it like that. Of course, at that time, because there was no place and it was not like that, things were just beginning to big. So things were just beginning. That's all. So this happened, but at the same time, this can be risky. Prabhupada in the later years um, of ISKCON, Prabhupada wrote specific letters to actually have separate ashrams for females and males, and he himself got Matajis married. He didn't actually promote so much unmarried Matajis. He got them married because otherwise it's a havoc in the ashram. So like that. So that is another aspect of this verse, that arrangements, some practical aspect of this verse is there should be arrangements for the separation of males and females in all programs, in all functions. Otherwise, it can produce distractions, it can produce big problems. And we see and we know from history, this has been there and this will be there if precautions are not taken. In fact, in our culture, in Vedic culture, it was very strict. Females didn't even used to show their face in the public. They used to keep ghungat, that veil on the face, so that males cannot see. Even in, I mean to say, even in Islam, if you go in Islam, Allah has made the system to actually cover the whole body, so that people are not attracted to the beauty of the female. In fact, in Christianity, these nuns also had this veil, white color. So especially Orthodox Christianity. In Judaism, if you go, it's like that. So in culture all around the world, everybody understood this principle of male and female together can be a big distraction in spirituality, So that is why they made rules and regulations to actually keep males and females separate. The rules and regulations were not to demean females, not to put females down, but they were just to separate males and females so that both can do spirituality nicely. Males can do spirituality nicely, and females can do spirituality nicely. That's all. That was the whole idea there. There was nothing to actually mm, uh, pa- uh, so spiritual organizations. Vedic culture was patriarchal, and it was not, females were not given so much freedom. It was not like that. Females were given security at that time, and people thought females were actually condescended, condemned, and put down. No, it was not like that. There might be some history like that, and and definitely there will be history like that, but that doesn't mean the culture was like that. The culture didn't promote. In fact, the whole Quran, it gives so much respect to females. The whole Quran, the one of the major themes of Quran is to create respect for females and protect them. That is actually Vedic culture. So like that, this is one of the practical aspect of this verse, and we should be careful because even in house programs we should be careful. There has to be some kind of separation between males and females, some kind, whatever is possible. Free mixing is not good. That thing Prabhupada was dead. Prabhupada was dead against. Prabhupada also as a mother accept your wife. Of course, that is one of the one of the exception there. So even small children were called Matajis at that time. Small girls, uh, so young girls, 5, 6, 7 years old young girls, they used to call them Matajis. Why? Because this verse states that female is like fire, male is like butter pot. It doesn't matter what is the age of the female. It doesn't really matter. In our culture, this doesn't happen, but in other cultures, this can happen. I mean, there are all child molestations and all. Everything happens, now. Everybody knows everything from the age of internet. So that is why this verse is made to protect spirituality of male and female both. That is the function of this verse. This verse is not to actually show that woman is bad or man is bad. Nothing like that. There is nothing bad and good there. The idea of this verse is to actually help both male and female to grow spiritually. That's all. Now, one can misconstrue the meaning of this verse and then quote this verse and say, okay, so in this verse, this is said like this is led like this, and this verse and this Bhagavatam scriptures, they're trying to put females down. This is complete nonsense. It doesn't happen like that. Because the beginning of every spiritual scripture is we are not body, we are not males and females. And that's the whole conflict which happens. If you separate males and females, then the whole argument comes, well, we are not males and females, we are not this body. So why all these instructions are there? Why Prabhupada in the purport is mentioning that males and females should there has to be separation between males and females. Why is that? Actually this is the argument of the anti parties outside in the world. Why this is happening, especially in the West? But but okay, we also understand males are not males, females are not females. All are spiritual souls. But at the same time, in conditioned stage, there is attraction. So to help them grow spiritually and not get distracted from this attraction, this rule is made. If everybody had been a Paramahamsa, then this rule doesn't hold any good. So this rule itself is for conditioned souls, is for sadhakas who are trying to elevate in spirituality, and there's nothing wrong in this. In India, this thing is appreciated, by the way. In India, in spiritual organizations, if premixing is there, it is so condemned that even media can come and take a video and make it viral. That can happen. But 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 in the West, it's not like that. So India, it's natural. It is appreciated. Males and females are sitting separately in the spiritual organizations, and people respect this. People actually really respect this because they understand the value of spirituality through their culture, and they understand actually so actually in certain spiritual organizations, just like if you go in Swaminarayan temple, if you go in the West also, they are there. uh, so their philosophy is one thing, but the whole arrangement of actually males and females are very very different. It's actually very superb. If you visit that Swaminarayan temples, the males are completely separate from females. So if you leave Swaminarayan temple, if you go to Jaipur, if you go, all these olden temples, these old temples are there, these castles are there in Jaipur. If you go, the function happens on the ground floor, and the females are sitting on the first floor behind the cages, behind not the cages, uh, but on the balconies on the first floor. Females used to sit on the balconies on the first floor. Still, that kind of arrangement is there, so that females can see from the top, and the males can do the function on the first floor. And this is actually very good system. This is a traditional system. Or traditional system was in Bengal. If you go, the functions used to happen, and the females used to sit behind the curtains, so behind a transparent curtain. So the curtain is such that males cannot see females, but females can see the function. You cannot see it. So the curtain allows one way vision. Even in Islam, it's like that. So there were curtains to separate males and females. There were physical barriers. Even Swaminarayan Temple, there are still physical barriers. So if that's not possible, physical barriers, and that's not even, I don't think so that will be appreciated in this modern age. So at least they can sit in separate queues, separate areas. There can be separate queues. They can be um, separate places for eating, and that's good. That is most welcomed in Vedic culture in India, especially now. In the West, there's free mixing, but it should not happen in our ISKCON temples because Srila Prabhupada didn't want that. There has to be some system also in the West. Of course, it's not always. This thing cannot be always be done because in the West, many many Westerners come with their girlfriends, so you can't tell them to sit separately. Otherwise, they'll just move on, to some other place. It's a different dynamics in the West. Okay, new people, if they're coming with their girlfriends sitting together, we don't say anything. But at least old timers who are initiated, they should understand this principle, and they should actually and they should actually respect this principle and follow this and show it to others. That's all. That can be done in the West, at least on some kind of adjustment can be there like that. Like that. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai. I'll just stop here. Any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, for a very nice class. And yeah, so this was, as you said, it talks only about the importance of taking care of the women. Like as you said, your today's class was full of how during Prabhupada's times and during the old times, how the women were taken care. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. But nowadays, it's like women empowerment. We want freedom. So it's like that going on. The society is like that. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
That's
So
true.
yes, Prabhu.
It's a different
So what
society.
do you
It's a
like to
different
say about that,
society.
Prabhuji?
Well, society is like that, and especially in the West, it's so difficult, especially in the West, to apply this principle. So what do we say about this? Well, what I can say is I also travel to the West, and we have this problem there. Even in metropolitan cities in India, still it's like that. So what do you do with this? Well, you don't. you don't do anything. I mean, you don't like separate them when they enter in the temple. You don't do all these things. It will be crazy enough to do these things. But one thing I noted in the West that people appreciate Vedic culture. If they come to temple and if we inform them very logically and rationally, people appreciate. We don't tell them that you don't have to like women. Just like I told in this lecture, this principle is not to demean women. It is to protect. This is to help them in spirituality. That is its principle. So we tell them nicely, not initially, but later. I don't think so. They will not accept this principle because I've seen many Westerners who regularly come to temple and they understand this. They perfectly understand this because some understand because of their Christian backgrounds, especially in the Midwest, America, Christian background. They understand. They very easily understand this has to be done because they are aware of nuns and all this tradition. People now young people who are not from Christian background who are atheistic, what to tell them? Let them understand, and later we can tell. But old timers should follow this. That's what the whole point is. So they will see and they will ask why it's like that. Then you can tell them, well, it's like that because of blah blah blah. This reason. It is not. It isn't the female empowerment. We are not saying anything against that. At least in this context, uh, that's how it goes. That's all. So just like in Quran, if you see, if in Quran, Allah He advises females to actually cover their body, whole body with uh, with a black dress. Now at that time, uh, females accepted it. Although at that time females were highly exploited, condemned, and even killed. And before Quran in that area, in the Central Asia, these females were an object of enjoyment, completely like toys. So Allah He said, well, you should respect female, and He made dignity of females. But at the same time, He made these rules that they should wear this parda, this black dress. What do you call that black dress?
Abaya.
What's that called?
Abaya, Prabhu. Abaya.
What's that called?
Abaya.
Burqa.
Okay. It's in Arabic here we say
Abaya, but we call it as burqa here. Yes. What's that?
yeah, burqa
Anyway,
as you said, Prabhu. We
so
said abaya here in UAE.
okay, abaya. So Allah ordered them to wear abaya, and they happily wore it. At that time, introducing abaya was a big challenge if you read the history of Islam, because already people are exploiting, already people are demeaning, and they will say, okay, your God is also demeaning us. You have to wear abaya. What is this? We have to remain behind the curtains. What this nonsense is? But Quran introduces these rules to actually not to reduce dignity of the female, to actually increase her dignity. That's how it introduces these rules. To actually, the beauty of a female is a precious thing, and it should be protected, and it should be reserved for the husband, not for anyone else, like that. So if you read that, so it was to actually females at that time really got this feeling that God is actually helping us to uh, female empowerment. That's what I would say. Female empowerment. Allah empowered female by these rules. So these rules actually empower females. That we can tell them. It empowers females. This rule separation between males and females in the temple premises. It empowers females. It helps others to actually develop respect for women. And that is why we call them Mataji, isn't it? Mataji is not a term. Mataji. Mataji are so beautiful. That's not the point. It creates a dignity, it creates a respect. And uh, you can also call a female beautiful out of respect. It's not out of lust only. If you go in South India, there are so many Brahmin wives of Brahmins. They're very beautiful, but when you see them, you actually have respect for them. Just like Lakshmi and Vishnu. If you see Lakshmi, Lakshmi is the most beautiful female, but you develop respect for her. We respect her. So like that. ये break हो रहा है इसका connection. So yeah, so like that. So
Prabhuji, we
that is
just
how
heard
we have to
only South
explain.
India. After that, we didn't hear anything because your connection was
What's
flickering.
that?
We heard only South India. After that, we didn't hear anything because connection was flickering. So we didn't
Oh,
know.
okay. Okay. This connection. Okay, okay. So what I was telling is, now you can hear me? ये तो आ नहीं रहा है actually. Now you can hear me, no? Isn't?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Prabhu. We can
So
hear, but
so what
sometimes
I
the
was
connection is
telling,
dropped.
that in South India we have many Brahmins and their daughters and wives are very beautiful. But when you see them, you don't develop attraction. You develop respect for them. It's like that. Anybody who's gone to South India. So uh, and when you see Lakshmi, Lakshmi is the most beautiful female. Radha, what happens with us? We develop respect for her. So it's not that beauty always arouses attraction. It also arouses respect if it is under religious codes. So all this separation of males and females, they will help us to develop feelings of respect for the female. That's how we have to explain. They will actually empower females, that their beauty will be respected and not exploited. That's the whole point there. That's the whole point. That is a very different vision of scriptures.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, in those days, the female empowerment is, as you said, it's a protection. But nowadays, the female empowerment is like independence. Like they want to
Yeah. It's a
stand
very different
financially
thing.
by themselves. So all those stuffs are happening. So they want to separate and they want to do all the stuffs. So
Yeah.
every nook and corner, it's like that. So we have
See, it
questions
is
here.
yeah, questions. Yeah, you can ask questions because this is a tough topic.
Yeah,
It's
Parth,
not easy.
go ahead.
Yeah.
And then Prabhuji. Prabhuji, what do we
Hare
do
Krishna.
in practical life when we are made, like we are supposed to be made in between, like in family functions, like we meet our sisters or we meet different personalities there, like everybody come, or in colleges and in office life where we are supposed to be there, but we cannot avoid that. So we mixed with it. So how do we, let's don't develop lust at that moment of time, because we are already associating.
That is, I don't know the answer for this question. I can speak some theory, but practical, you have to see yourself. I can speak theory for 1 hour, but that will not help you, really. So what you have to do is, in the morning you chant very nicely and do morning program and then go. Then you can handle the situation.
Okay. So we have questions in the chat also, Prabhuji. So Radha Jyoti Mata is asking, how a soul in female body should focus on, especially on women's rules and regulation, or should focus on devotees' rules and regulations? Because Mataji, can you? Yeah, I also cannot
What is
understand.
this?
Hare
Yes.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, please accept my humble obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet. My question is, there are so many rules and regulations for the woman. So does a woman has to focus on all the rules and regulations given in Shastras, or there are general rules for the devotees? So we should follow
No,
that.
whatever
We should
is
focus on the
whatever
devotees' rules.
whatever is practical, do that and ask your seniors. That's all. Otherwise, there's so many things.
because Prabhuji, more the Shastras we read, there are so many rules and regulations. So if we follow that, then we identify, because women do identify themselves very strong. So I was asking in that context, but why? So how we should lead? Because if we see as a devotee, then it will be easier to handle the things. For that context, I was asking.
No, I can't understand your question.
See, Prabhuji, a soul is there, and if that soul gets a female body, then does that soul has to identify all the rules and regulations that are given in Shastras, or it should
No.
identify with the devotee so that the devotion will be more stronger?
Yeah. Identify with the devotee so that devotion will be strong. That's all.
Okay,
That
Prabhuji,
is
thank
good.
you so much.
Okay, so we'll end up there. or what? इनका तो है ही नहीं.
Hare
I think you
Krishna.
know what. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, very nice class.
Okay.
Yeah, so practical one, Prabhu was asking about practical. So you said in your class, like Srila Prabhupada had like actually 2 days ago, like Jayashree Mataji had the class, and she gave the real, experience when she was brahmacharini in ashram when Prabhupada was there. And all the ladies used to stay and
Acha.
separate, and all the boys, because they didn't have house in their home is like a hell for them. They cannot practice devotional service at their home, so they used to come in the stay in the temple. So Srila Prabhupada separated them, like one room for ladies and one room for gentlemen. So like that they were staying, and like Prabhupada said, you have to control. That's it. Because I went to Swaminarayan temple also, but Swaminarayan is like, brahmachari is like you, they don't even see the face of ladies. Then what's the point of, there is no question of preaching or something. We have
That is you're right. That is another
out,
thing.
go out and preach, and to the ladies and everybody.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but here in Atlanta, there is Brahmachari ashram. Like all the boys, they stay in together in the temple. But for the ladies, they have one separate apartment. They come for
Oh, that's good.
Mahalati, they do
Yeah. No, actually in Europe also it's like that. I've seen many places in Europe.
Yeah.
In temple, brahmachari stays and females they have a separate apartment. They come and go. So that's good.
Yeah, and that Prabhu was saying we go to college and we go to temple and we see ladies. So my son, he is also in college, and for like, his college girls also he calls Mataji. So that's
That
very
is
funny.
something I don't know. Funny.
No, but he just,
It's
address them as a Mataji.
it's okay with him. It's okay with others or what? People
They,
might be like,
it's like,
okay, if he can do that, that's good. If he can do that and nobody objects, that's good.
yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
no matter what you say, but in your mind has to be said Mataji. Your mind should. It's a question of mind only.
It's question of mind. Yeah,
Your
that's
mind,
true.
not others' mind. Your mind. What you are thinking, that is the more important.
That's true.
Yeah. But
That's right.
yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very
Hare
nice class,
Krishna.
and thank you so much for your time and association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna,
I
Prabhuji.
can.
We have raised hands. Do you want to go ahead, Prabhu?
Oh, actually, you know what? I have some another.
Okay.
So
Okay, fine, Prabhu. Fine, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful association and
Hare
nice
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
question and answer. So let us focus on women empowerment, which was told on those days, and not on these days. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. Dear
Hare
devotees,
Krishna.
let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo
Please raise Krishna Prabhuji ki
Jai.
jai. All women devotees ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Jai.
Jai.